Hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. I got to mute for a second. Hold on. Hey, Carolyn. Des. Hey, guys. Cassandra, Samantha. Thank you, Samantha. Hey, Sugar Baby. Carolyn, Tatted Lisa. How are you guys? You guys doing okay? Hey, Dot and Note Energy. Yo, yo. Phyllis, how are you? Anna, Latoya, Alita. I get a chance to say hi to you guys since Miss Dottie's not here yet. She told me to tell y'all that she didn't stand me up. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. See, okay, we're gonna see how long it's gonna take her to get here down here. Right? We're gonna see. Her room is on the other side over there. We're gonna see how long it take her. You been waiting? She'll be here in a minute. Guys, I'm so tired. Tired. I'm glad I don't have to get up tomorrow too early. Shamika. Oh, thank you guys. Elizabeth. Thank you, Dad. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, my knees. I think I'm getting like. She's okay, Letha. She's on her way. She's just being slow. Hey, Pamela. Hey, Deborah. You've been watching me 3 weeks. Thank you. Thank you, sweetie pie. I appreciate you. Love you too. I love you too. Thank you so much. I appreciate you watching this channel. I try to do my best. Huh? Have to do it. Half of this have to do with. I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding. I thought my channel says Infamous Sylvia. It doesn't say R. Kelly. So I'm not understanding what you mean. What half of this have to do? What half of what? Me saying hello to the people in the chat? You have a problem with that? And I think you need to watch your language. I think you need to not watch your language or you're going to get that block. Okay? You got to respect this channel. Because I didn't cuss at you. So don't cuss. Don't come in here cussing. Because you will get that little notice block. The block for my mods are very strong. So if you have some issue, I suggest that you leave it at the door. I suggest you leave it at the door. Because your problem is not with me. Hey, unsubscribe, unscript angel. I'm getting my tongue twisted here. Hey, Pamela. Hey, guys. Welcome, everyone. Hey, Denise. Oh, no, that's not true, sir. Sir, he, she, whatever you are, that's not true. I think you need to go do your homework. You need to go do your homework and correct that. If I didn't care about Mr. Kelly, I would not be praying for him. I would not have been fasting. I would not have gotten ministers to intercede for him. I would not have gone to the hearing. I would have not written him, given him encouragement. I guarantee you, you haven't done that. I guarantee you that. So, say one more smart comment, you will be blocked. Oh, Elizabeth already taking care of it. My bad. My bad. How can you get one of those shirts? What you could do, Cassandra, you can email the person. The email is it's on my community wall. If you go to my community wall, you get it. Lady Coltrane, yeah, they already blocked, huh? But you know what? Sometimes you can't fault it's the spirit in that person. Yeah, that Alethea, you're right. Aletha, you definitely right on that. It's the heart. It's the demon has taken over the physical person because you know most people are good people. It's just the enemy sometimes take over. And there's something in their life that's lacking, and they transfer that unhappiness within them, and they misery love company. Nisha, you know I put your name in that. You know I put your name in that bag. Will you stop it? You know, if I look through this bag, I bet you I'll find your name. I'm gonna go through this bag. I guarantee you I'll find your name. How much you want to get back? I'm gonna go, hold on. I'm gonna turn on this thing here. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna go through this thing here. You see, there go Rita Thomas. There go Rita. I threw some of them away already, but I guarantee yours. There go Val. Val. Oh God. Some of these probably got thrown away, but I guarantee you, Alethea is probably not Alethea. Nisha is probably right there. I got my baby. Hold on. Hey, honey, you know I'm live, right?
Hold on. Oh, hurry up and call me.
I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute. Hold on, y'all. I gotta mute. Dallas called me. She got something to tell me. Hold on. Sorry about that. I was waiting for Secret Sister. You're supposed to be sending the thing to the guy. You're supposed to contact him. Look on the on my community chat on my community board. You should see the instruction. You have to contact him. Okay? Send him the message. He wants you guys to email him on his the info thing. It's on my community chat for you. Okay, Lady Coltrane. Image of Juice and Bell or the Lolo. Yep, continue to pray for Robert. He's gonna be good, y'all. No worries. Homeland Security. I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm waiting for her. Let me see where she at. Y'all, she's on CP time. She's on CP time. And y'all, I told where's my girl at that I was explaining to her about the time. Now you see? Yeah, and wonder why I be tired. Let me see what they say on the what they saying about the trial. I am not tired now. I said, you see why I be tired waiting on folks. Not tired now. And Geritol not going to help if you're only getting 2 or 3 hours of sleep. It's called trying to hang out all night. And walking blocks and blocks and hey Spin Fire, hey Robbie, hey 444, Elizabeth. I'm waiting for Missy to come over. Hey Michelle, Natalia. I have it all from social media. Denise. I got a message from Peter today. A message. Yep. It was interesting. It was very, very interesting. You know what? We might as well play the song since we're waiting for Missy. Let's play the song. me share this. Let's share the screen. All right, here we go.
Robert, Sylvester Galley. I can see you walking out through that open door. This is for Robert, Sylvester Galley. Make your way and get out to the place where you belong. It's like you, the total empty for the wicked people. America, free my colleague, son of the Most High. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Free my colleague. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans, stand up for Kelly. Everybody, Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. We are free my Kelly. Robert Sylvester Kelly. God has heard your cry and has come to change it all. It's not been easy from your beginning. From your foundation, God is gonna walk it all right. Yeah, you liars, logically, to the betrayers there, America, free my colleague, son of the Most High. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Free my Kelly. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Free my Kelly. Freedom for Kelly. Freedom for Kelly. Freedom for Kelly. Freedom for Kelly. Free our Kelly. Son of the Most High. Oh yeah, America, set it free, set it free. America, free our country, son of the Most High. Standing up for Robert Kelly. stand up for Kelly. Free my Kelly. Standing up for Kelly. Africans stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem stand up for Kelly. Free my Kelly. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem stand up for Kelly. Free my Kelly. Son of the Most High. Why I here? Set him free, oh, he's my brother. He's a good man. You're loving in Africa. He's touched millions of lives. Robert Sylvester Cohen, congratulations. You're out. You're out, man. Thank you, Jesus. From Peter to Robert, from Nigeria to America, yeah, I'm calling on for. Stay in the faith that your mama left you in was Christ. I'm calling on for. My brother, even though you were thinking you were losing it all, I'm calling on for. You might not even know that your Father in heaven is here. I'm calling on for. Remember, said me, when you took a look around your life, you said me, how he took you from that outer cry, on your knees in your pool of blood, how he showered down on you with love, how he healed you of cancer, how he blessed your family with kisses, how he made your mountain big up high. This is the message from Peter to Robert, from Nigeria to America, yeah. I'm calling on for. Stay in the faith that your mama left you in was Christ. I'm calling on for. My brother, even though you were thinking you were losing it all, I'm calling on for. You might not even know that your Father in heaven is here. I'm calling on for. Remember, when you never knew Him all your life, you only go to church on Easter day. Even though He took your man, you know, you were not the only one out there. Many died, but you live today. Like the lives of all the stars and times. Broken songs producing for them, giving life to helpless children, helping you to lift up Africa. This is a message from Peter to Robert, from Nigeria to America, yeah. I'm calling on for. Stay in the faith that your mama left you in was Christ. I'm calling on for. My brother, even though you were thinking you were losing it all, I'm calling on for. You might not even know that your Father in heaven is here. I'm calling on for. Remember, if you see them in their darkness, you afraid yourself to look out there. Even if they appear the reacher, you will greater than they are, you know. Even if they offer you money, even if they offer you that fame, even if they offer you position, even if they offer you the greatest deal, they may not give you Grammy, but you know your friends believe in you. You don't need no bad society. You are strong because He's there for you. Jesus Christ is watching you every day, and I think He's proud of you right now. message from Peter to Robert, from Nigeria to America, yeah. I'm calling on for. Stay in the faith that your mama left you in with Christ. I'm calling on for. My brother, even though you were thinking you were losing it all, I'm calling on for. You might not even know that your Father in heaven is here. I'm calling on for. Don't you giving, don't you giving, don't you giving, don't you giving to them now. I'm calling on for. I believe you can fly. The storm is over. I'm calling on for. Don't you giving, don't you giving, don't you giving to them now. I'm calling on for. The Father has it all. He lost you staying. I'm calling on for. Remember.
All right, y'all. I'm waiting as I wait. I know a lot of you guys that are new to this channel don't know the significance of these two songs that was just played. That is pastor. He's a pastor. His name is Peter. He's in Nigeria. God had given him a message for Robert back in 2013. He tried to reach him. Then he wrote the song. It was like I'm gonna say a forewarning of what was to come in Robert's life. And the message was with everything that's about to come about in his life, God is telling him, don't fall. Basically, just remember the God that his mother had. He has a God inside of him as well. So he told us that he wrote the song in 2018. He did the video. He wrote the song in 2013. The message that God gave him. Oh, there she is. Hold on. She's here. Yep. She's here, y'all.
I'm so tired.
She's tired now. She's tired. But I'll tell you guys after what I was about to finish off.
I was gonna tell you to read it.
Can't see. Can't understand your handwriting. No, I can't. Can't understand anybody's handwriting. You ready? Susie, you ready?
Yeah, that's you.
I didn't have a chair. It was your chair. I came from your room. You eating chips?
Yeah, because I wasn't asking you shit.
All right, here she go, y'all. Ah, my leg.
I should have brought my glasses.
Need chips. Oh, your what?
I should have brought my glasses. I can't see.
You didn't bring your glasses?
I can't see. That's where I can't see.
She can't see.
Hold on. Hold on a second, child. Give me 1 second.
Hey, hi everyone. Hi.
I'm sorry I'm late. I'm asleep. Okay. Let me see. This is good. So I ain't got to do this again no more. Yeah, hold on. Give me a second. Okay. This one right here, what I say, this is going to be like 30 minutes. Yeah, even that time. Okay, y'all. So today it was still the special agent that was on the stand. He was still being question by the prosecution, they had actually started with Exhibit 130E, and it consisted of 5 pages. So it was a letter, and it consisted of 5 pages. They had asked yesterday. You had testified about the phone that Pace provided to the government. They asked, have you viewed that? He said yes. What was the last date of the text? And it was February the 4th, 2010. Then they introduced exhibits 412, 413, 414. It's going to be a lot of that. They found that in the storage inside of the safe. Inside of so 412, 413, 414, inside of the store. When they raided the storage in July, this is what they found inside of a safe. 412 was a nursing home ID bracelet. So it had a picture of Geronda, and apparently it was showing that she was a CNA. However, it had the wrong birthday on there. So, and then they had a copy of her 413. It was a copy of her birthday, her birth certificate. And so on her birth certificate, it said that her birthday she was born in 93. Then they had a copy of her state ID. On the state ID, it was saying that she was born in 90. Excuse me. So the ID was altered, and the fake CNA ID was also altered. So allegedly, Rob had a copy of that inside of his storage in the safe.
So who altered it?
Well, she had to alter it some kind of way. Yeah, she altered it, and she altered it again to say that she was born in 90 instead of 93. Anything? Yeah, and it was kind of funny to me because I was like, okay, so the prosecution is showing that she had, and he must have kept that information just to be able to show, I guess. I don't know. Then they showed another picture. Then they did exhibits, and let me say this: some of these exhibits they showed, they didn't give any direction with it. They just announced these exhibits. For example, they showed the exhibit 514B, 514A, and it was a 514A was a picture of the front door from room 803, and then the rest were what I believe was the photos that they had took from the hotel Faith was staying at when she said that she was last with Rob when he when she took the picture, the screen she took a picture of the front of his phone, of his notifications. So that was those examples. Example 313 was another letter that was found in Trump. I don't know. Some of these letters, they say who they're from, who wrote them. Some they don't. This one, I just took a snippet again, like I normally do, because it can sometimes be kind of long. So this particular letter, it had in it, I'm going to be 20 soon. I hate myself for taking us through this. It breaks my heart for being so stupid. You should not have to deal with women with pride, women hard to deal with. I'm truly ashamed. I am not like Juice or nowhere near. I have not made you happy or fall deeper in love with me. God knows I hate myself. Exhibit 455 was found in the storage. This was a letter from Jane. She says, hey, Bear, this is Jane. Well, she didn't say Jane. Sorry, I had to leave, but I was stealing money from the stash that you told me about. I've also stole jewelry. I know one part she said that she's been stealing the money and putting it in her savings. And so she says, I know I've stole over $30,000 and I am so ashamed. So that's one letter that they found. Example 302, this letter was found at Trump. It was dated for May 25th, 2019.
May 25th.
January, February.
That was when he went to court.
April 25th, 2019. It was 425. Sorry about that.
Well,
425, 2019. It was found in good condition. Letter protector. So most of the letters that they say that was found in the storage was all in the letter protectors in good conditions. This letter said, I've never seen him with any underage girls. I was with him from the time I was 18 to 26. I let my mom get into my head and talk me into taking money from R. Kelly and using it to pay her bills. When it stopped, she threatened me, even threatened to kill my dog. She went off on me when I told her I didn't want to be involved in surviving R. Kelly. In Exhibit 303, that was another letter. They didn't read it, but they showed it, and then they just wanted to acknowledge that both of those letters seemed to come from the same person. Whoever wrote it was the same person, even though the second letter seemed a little bit more, it was written a little bit sloppier than the first. Example 444 is a letter found in storage. Dominique wrote this letter. She says, I know I have to come clean about what V and I have been doing. V opened up to me about how her father used to rape her. We have stolen over $20,000 from you and would also sell your belongings that they stole on eBay. I told my mom how you would keep me locked up in hotels and beat me. V told me she only wanted your money. She stole your studio key and we plan to rob you. I plan to be the getaway driver. I am so sorry, Robert. Please don't press charges. And I basically just, again, summed that letter up. So, okay. So, Exhibit 445. It was a letter that was found in the storage. It said on there, please give to Mr. Kelly urgent. Robert, for the past month, I've taken $400+ It was like $445 or something like that. They said I've taken $440 from you every week from you. My mom needed it to get her Dodge Durango fixed. She told me recently to take an extra $200. So that's what that one consisted of. Another letter, Exhibit 448. Again, didn't specify who it was from. Robert, if you do not give my mom $500,000, I will speak out about being a sex victim in your cult. And then she just went on to say, I would describe how we have to, we don't eat. We've been locked in rooms, and that letter went more into detail about that. So Latoya, they're saying the prosecution is just showing all of these multiple letters that they found, trying to insinuate that Rob had these girls write these letters. We don't know if it was actually done, but they're saying that these are letters that he had them write. When they say that they had to write things that incriminated them or were lying, that's what they're trying to show proof of. So. Dom K said, fill me in. Dom, I'm just reading letters that they found in the storage. Some of them specify who they were from, some didn't. So that's all they're doing. Just okay, so Exhibit 308. This letter was actually found at the Trump. It was torn up. It's the only letter that the special agent testified to that he actually sat at a table and pieced back together. It was a 4-page letter. It didn't specify who wrote the letter, but it entailed, I do not like calling her private off of someone else's phone. I know I cannot use having no phone is not as an excuse but actually having a phone to text is way more convenient. The reason I don't check in with Diana about the doctor is because even if the doctor say I'm all clear to go, it won't matter. Some of these you can kind of assume who they're from. Like that one, the only person that talked about not having a phone or having her phone taken away, I feel like is Dominique. So Exhibit 446. This is another letter that they found in the storage. She says, my behavior was so disrespectful and just downright rude. I acted like they were strangers, like I never seen them before. Especially, I shouldn't have acted like that, especially not to Jane. She is the sweetest girl. This is my last apology letter. I am better than this. Any questions on these apologies? I don't think they well. Shantae, to my understanding, Azriel actually had access to every single thing that was Rob's. He trusted her that much. So she did have access to a lot. That's just to my understanding. Bank accounts, whatever would belong to him, she had access to. And then, to be honest, as I get, when Cannon cross-examines this special agent, he kind of says the same. Says the same thing. Did I miss it? Do the storage have surveillance cameras? Most storages always have surveillance cameras, so I would think. She had access and gave to the feds. Right. Dang, I did get a notification for good evening, everyone. Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to, because we don't got long, so I might as well just see if we got some questions before I get. Hey, Stephanie. Okay. So there was another letter. Again, it didn't specify who wrote the letter, but it says, Daddy, how do we gain trust if I cannot use the phone my father brought me? I am about to turn 27. That don't sound like a letter that just that part right there doesn't sound like something. It wouldn't make sense to me. Like, why would he have somebody write that? It seemed to me like they was writing the letters on their own. Well, this particular letter for sure, it seemed like they wrote this on their own. Why else would they ask about being able to have their phone? She locked herself out, y'all. Give me 1 second. It's like, I ain't bring no key. 332, that's your key. I ain't bring no key. This must be old. I must have left to say, because I ain't bring no key. I just walked out. I can't even see to get a key. Exhibit 447. Another letter in the storage, doesn't specify. It says, I know you said when we leave for LA, we will be gone for a minute. Can I spend some time with my mom and little brother? I don't have a phone. So can they come to the studio for a little while? And then there was exhibit 438, B, C, D, 449, found in storage. Exhibit 427, 428. They was not saying what these exhibits were. They wasn't going over them. At this point in time, they're just entering them into evidence. 428, these all found in protectors. Exhibit 424, 425, 426, storage. 456, 57, 8, 59, 60, 461, storage. Just because they have a lot of this stuff that they offering into evidence, half of it don't make no sense. Like yesterday, one of the exhibits they entered into evidence was a Nike Town receipt from 1999. I mean, they reaching with a lot of stuff. And it's Exhibit 331, they found in Trump 401, 409, 499. Exhibit 401 wasn't nothing but, do you guys remember how you have those flyers? So somebody will put up a flyer, and then if they had little individual little slits, you know what I'm talking about, them little slits of numbers, and you could peel one off. And each person that came by that was interested could peel off a number. So example 401 was just pieces of a piece of paper of the number that you will find, the same number. I had no idea what the heck that was supposed to prove. Let's see.
Why did Rob keep it?
It's almost like, what the heck? And you know how they said before that he would give them his phone number on a little piece of paper with his name? That's not what that's not why they entered that into evidence, because that little slit of paper was not enough for nobody to even write their name on it. It was just enough room for a phone number. I don't know what that was. I don't even know who number it was. Then they did exhibit 490 through 497F. Exhibit 493 was actually an iPhone. Exhibit 497A was another forensic extract from 493. So they basically extracted whatever it must have been the text message or something. So they went into the phone and they downloaded it onto a computer and they printed it out. So that's the forensic extractions from that cell phone. The last number that was called on that cell phone was 708-490-8415. So, and if I'm not mistaken, the 8415 is a number that's allegedly that belonged to Rob. Exhibit 206A was a photo of a screenshot from that particular phone. The screenshot, we couldn't see what it was or anything. It's just it was just the image that was posted up. Then they sent another image from that 8415 to Diana, and it said, "You should pay close attention to the girl's phone, especially James." And then another message said, "I was pissed about him hitting me, but I felt sympathy for Anna when he hit her. He was pissed when I didn't seem to care when he cried. He was drunk and high and squeezed my thighs and said that I was a real motherfucker." Then they showed some more text from a number that was saved as Anna Don't Answer. A text message went from 8415 to a number ending in 6694. And then that person had said, "Didn't mean to FaceTime you. It's DJ. You don't know me, but I got info on your man. If you ain't fucking with it, it's whatever." And then that person texted back and said, "DJ who? What do you know?" And then that person said, "I ain't trying to put my name out there, but you fuck with Kells, right?" And then there was a few more texts in between. They asked about, she asked, "What about Jane?" And the person texted back, "I don't know much about her." And then unfortunately, that prosecution just happened to step away from her mic. So I wasn't able to hear the rest of that response. The special agent says that the phone recovered from storage.
So what year was that one, that message?
They didn't say, but that's not from nobody.
That's no DJ Tyson.
That's not from nobody that we would know. They're not talking about no one that we would know of.
No blogger, no.
Yeah, nobody that we would know of. This was found in a phone that was locked inside of his storage, in a safe. And the special agent testified. Well, after that, the special agent says that the phone that was recovered from storage and that it appeared that those messages had been sent from Robert. They objected. The judge sustained it. Exhibit 495G. It was more reflections from text. It was just, they didn't go over all of these, but it was just text that was sent from the number 8415 before and after this particular text that I just read. They had some more texts sent from that number on dated December the 15th, 2017. And some of those were group texts, and it included sending texts to Faith. Exhibit 497F. It's a cellular report that they basically did a report on his search and the web history for that 8415. And then they did a web history to show who another number belonged to. Exhibit 498, forensic extraction reports. The number 8415 had actually, it was listed on an email and for an address for Jane Kelly at yahoo.com. So the Jane, keep in mind, Jane Kelly at yahoo.com.
She put Kelly behind her name.
So her email was Jane Kelly at yahoo.com, sent from email. She sent the email to that number 8415. It says, I want to figure it out. I can say it to my parents. I can say that my parents just wanted you to send me home. I know I haven't been talking to anyone. And then the prosecution stopped there because she couldn't read the writing anymore. So she had to stop. There was another text message from that 8415. It said, I'll find. It was a lot more curse words and things in it, but it's like, I'll find Diana motherfucking ass $2,000 tonight. The same thing I do for you for being sarcastic. You stupid motherfuckers don't listen. So whoever in that text message, he had fined them $1,500 for being sarcastic, and he said he'll turn around. Well, allegedly, he said that he will turn around and fine Diana $2,000 for the same motherfucking shit. They did Exhibit 912, was basically just an image of the Super Bowl in Miami. Don't know why. Exhibits 328A, 329A was just extraction reports from videos. So it was the videos, and they took certain parts and they extracted it, and that's what those exhibits were. Exhibit 328A was found at the Trump. It was on an iPad. Was shown. They asked him to show what was shown, and then at that point, Kinnick had asked to approach. They did a sidebar. The government's that's when they began playing their videos for today. They warned the jury that some people may be offended by the videos. So if they did not want to watch the videos, they didn't. They can just tune in and listen to the audio. Exhibit 328A was a recording. It's about 15 minutes in length. They played exactly 11 minutes of it. Again, the public was not able to hear or see any of it. At the beginning, when they first started, I was able to catch just the beginning of it. It did not sound like he was upset. It was a lot of cursing, but his tone never changed. So I know what I heard him saying something was, now how the hell, and then it sounded like he said, now how the hell you gonna scribble? That's it. Something like that. But I heard, now how the hell, and it sounded like he was literally just having a conversation. There wasn't no screaming or yelling. What happened after, I don't know. Then we went on, after they finished that, we went on a break, came back. They had page 1. So along with the audio that the jury was listening to, they also gave them a transcript so they can read it as they were listening to it. They asked the special agent, does that reflect the 2 participants that was shown in 328? Again, I don't know. The video was 328. The actual listening part, the recording part was 328A, and the transcripts was 328A-T. So the participant shown in 328, which is the actual video, I don't know who it was, but the special agent testified and said yes. And are these the same individuals? Are they the same individuals in 328A? Yes. Then he said, then the prosecution said, "Oh, I'm sorry, there's only one individual on 328A." And he said, "Correct. Oh yeah, that's right. It's only a female." Exhibit 341, they began to play an 8.5-minute video. They only played certain portions of it. The first 40 seconds were played while I was in the room for the jury, but again, I didn't hear any of it, see any of it. They said that this video was actually a video of Dominique, Rob, and Alex. That's like Alex.
I thought it was Alexis.
No,
That's
it was supposed to have been Lewis.
No, Alex is
Yeah, it was supposed to have been Lewis because that's the guy. Alexis is the girl. It wasn't her.
Anna. It was Anna.
No. 342, there was another one. So 342, they played another 343, exhibit 343A was another video that they warned the jurors that they did not have to watch. She basically said the jurors, it's very graphic. You do not have to watch this. However, the audio speaks for itself. Exhibit 343B, C, D were all extractions that was from that video that was played. 380, exhibit 484B was another video. They played excerpts only, and this was recorded on a VHS tape. The VHS tape was found in storage. There was just audio. Exhibit 485B. This was audio. They played, it was 3 tracks on there. It was labeled Chocolate Factories from 2008. The audio recording is actually 1 hour and 20 minutes. They played the first 25 minutes of it. And once the jury finished with that, we actually broke for lunch. Then when we came back from lunch, they kind of mixed up the witnesses. The judge said it was just for the time's sake. So the new witness was Monegado Rosario. He was actually from the Illinois Department of Human Services. He was a regional administrator. He's 33 years old. He's been working there since 1988. His duties included he was responsible for over 10 offices and over 700 employees. He was basically an administrator for SNAP, TANF, etc., the welfare department, y'all. Prior to this, he was a local office administrator responsible for 100 employees, made sure benefits were issued and made sure that they were issued on time. Prior to that, he was a caseworker. They asked, "Are you familiar with the Illinois Department of Public Aid?" He said, yes, it was created in the 1960s. It was overseen in 94 by Jim Egger. 2 departments in conjunction, the Department of Public Aid, Department of Health and Family Services were like there in conjunction. They share records, yes. 94, they did have local offices throughout Cook County, multiple local offices.
You said the guy was 33 years old?
He's been working for 33 years.
Oh, so he old.
No, he is. He's been doing this since 88. He says that he testified that clerical state workers were responsible for issuing IDs, and they did this at all such local offices. They were responsible for taking pics of the applicants who issued the employees checks, the controller of the state of Illinois. What was the process for people seeking benefits? First, you submit a paper application. They screen the application. You give docs to bring in back to prove your rent receipts, proof of income, things like that. And then you come back in for an interview. After that, you're seen by an intake caseworker. You give the docs that they enter it into the system, and from that, they make a determination for the benefits. If you're approved, it can take up to 30 days. They would then receive an ID if approved. This was not a same-day process. So they asked, did you have to be a resident of Illinois? Yes. Age requirement, 18. Exceptions, under the medical program, if you're not 18 and residing with a parent, but pregnant, you may be eligible for medical, but they would have to provide that they were pregnant. Then there was a sidebar. After the sidebar, the prosecution came back and said, if a minor female is seeking benefits, will they have to go through the same process? Yes, meaning it could take up to 30 days. Correct. In 1994, were employers authorized to obtain cash in exchange for giving a person a welfare ID? No. Without going through the process? No, you're not. They're not authorized to do that. And in Exhibit 903, they took a basic excerpt from their legacy system, which basically just told who was getting benefits. So they said Demetrius Smith was receiving benefits from September the 1st, 1990 through January the 21st, 1991. He was going, they no longer have this, but it was a general assistance, meaning it was cash only for single adults, and he was receiving $100 a month. Are you aware of the subpoena seeking records from your office related to Aaliyah? He said yes, but he testified that there was no records concerning Aaliyah found. Okay, that's not
Interesting. The case sucks.
So basically, what they were proving by saying that there's no that there were no records or anything found is basically saying that this is where he went and he obtained that ID. Because I don't know if a lot of people is kind of getting it misconstrued. There wasn't a fake state ID or anything like that. There was a fake welfare ID that Demetrius had obtained for Aaliyah. That welfare ID, the clerk assumed, well, she didn't assume, but because she had the welfare ID, assumed that she was 18 and took that as verification of her age, because in the state of Illinois, you were only given these IDs if you were 18. So that's why he obtained that. He didn't go to like the DMV and get a state ID or a driver's license. And that's why they're questioning this supervisor from the
Was he the supervisor then?
Why would I know that? He was a supervisor.
I'm asking, did they say anything about him being a
He was
supervisor back in 1994?
So he was not there. There's multiple officers that a person can go to, but he was a supervisor in the state of Illinois around this time. So that's why he's able to testify about the rules and everything on how it works.
I wonder why they can't get that person.
So maybe they did.
That individual did it.
Yeah.
Demetrius said they can't know. He ain't gonna tell them.
Rita should have been the attorney. So cool. I mean, I say that simply because it shouldn't be that hard to locate that person. All they have to do is go back and see who clocked in and who clocked out, and then go through them. They can probably determine what office he went through, but I don't know. I guess it's not really important because he already testified that he got the fake ID himself. So now they send Exhibit 4901. It was a letter that the Department of Human Services had sent back to the authorities saying that there was no record of Aaliyah. Exhibit 905 said the same thing because there's two separate offices, remember? So they had got two reports back saying that there was no record of Aaliyah. Exhibit 803A just showed the Illinois Department of Public Aid identification numbers for 1994. So they was just matching up the numbers so that an employee are trained to recognize the identification number so they would know what's real and what's not. After that, the prosecution said they had nothing further. They were going to continue with the agent, but before they did, while they waited, they offered more things into evidence. Exhibit 1006, 1010, 1013, 1011, 1016. Those are just more stipulations. They entered, this is a lot. It's like from 601 all the way down to 646 AD. Those are all exhibits, and they're all basically travel records. They didn't go over any of the travel records. They just, again, entered it into evidence. Exhibits 822 through 823, 829 is just certified records. Then they added 801 through 815, more additional certified records. As to what, they did not say. It's just more evidence being entered. They asked the detective, was he familiar with the screening of Surviving R. Kelly? Yes. What day was it? It was December the 4th, 2018 in Manhattan. Are you familiar with the airing of the Surviving R. Kelly on Lifetime? Yes. The first airing was January the 3rd, 2019. The second was January the 2nd, 2020. They both aired over a couple of nights. Then they went back to doing exhibits. Some of the exhibits was just photos of where the exhibits 515 A, B, and C is just basically where the airing, this first screening of Surviving R. Kelly was supposed to be shown. Then they did exhibit 240, and that was just a printout of Rob's contact number saved in one of the Mayweather's phone. They offered some more. They offered exhibit 918, 942, 161A, 944, 917, A through B, 914B, 919, 920 through 21, 940 B, C, D, and E, 914D, 941A, B, D, and E. All these Koenig objected to. The judge asked to see them because she said she don't even know what they are. Bring the court reporter. After it was done, the judge admitted all the exhibits. Exhibit 940B. A question? Oh, I thought you was gonna have a question. Was an email from that Colin Dunn. Remember, that was the same person that Faith's mom had testified that was calling her phone from a number she didn't recognize. Anyway, why somebody thumbs down is like, yeah, pretty much. Okay, so that was done, and they got an email that was sent to the AE network. Copied on it was Don's regular email and his mother's email, and it was an email regarding JP. So everything that they sent to that attorney with all of that, with that letter stating that they should stop they needed to stop the lawsuit and things like that. That was all emailed to this network. And the photos of Faith was in there. There was a series of text messages, I'm guessing that was between Rob and Faith, that they included. And they also had said that if they didn't, they put into the email that they would be asking the federal court for a cease and desist. But this didn't stop. The final page says to be continued. They took an exhibit 947. It came from Facebook Business Record. The Facebook page was entitled Surviving Lies. Colin was the creator of that page. It Exhibit 942, it was a lengthy series of text messages. The target number of those text messages was 312-203-3030. The same for Exhibit 919, just some more text messages with the target going to that same number. They included some screenshots from the Facebook post, and some stuff was also what was included in that email, which was the pictures. In one Exhibit 919, they basically took a picture of a post that was deleted by Facebook. It says on there, deleted by Facebook. It was uploaded on January the 7th, 2019. Someone had posted underneath where that original post was, revenge porn is illegal, in response to that post that was deleted. So they took a picture of that. Exhibit 345 was the iPhone that was actually seized from Rob's hand when he was arrested. Exhibit 14 and 820, Exhibit 823 was a DM record for Don Russell. Exhibit 14 was the actual photo for Don. They had no additional questions for that special agent. Kenneth cross-examined him. Well, he asked for a sidebar, and then they cross-examined. So he says, you heard a long audio, no video. Correct. You said it was Rob plus a female. Correct. Who was the female? I don't know. But you made no effort to try to figure out who the female was. The government asked to speak to Kenneth. They stopped him and they asked if they could have a word with Kenneth. So they stopped, and the attorneys were discussing something. Don't know. It's off the record. So then he came back and he asked, the video was regarding the theft of a watch. Do you know? He says, I haven't. Do you know who that person is? He said, I have an idea, but I can't say because I haven't actually spoken with that individual to identify them. He says, you testified to letters. Some was written by Jane, others has scribbled. So those letters that I can't say who wrote, that person just scribbled their initials, or not their initials, but their signatures, and it was not eligible. And that there were no dates on these letters, correct? No. Do you know if Rob put stuff in that safe? No. So basically he started off saying, so you testified that you found a safe, that he said yes. And do you know that Rob put that safe in the storage? No. Do you know that Rob put stuff into that safe? No. Do you know who could have put stuff into that safe? No. Do you know who could have took stuff out of that safe? He says no. He only knows that they took stuff out of that safe. He said you testified that JP changed ID from 1993 to 1990. Did you see that documentation? He said yes. Do you know who changed that documentation? He said no. What was the date that he asked? What was the date of Rob's arrest? July 11, 2019. When was the storage search? January of 2020. So he said, so that was almost 5 or 6 months later after you arrested him. He said yes. He said, so do you know who could have went up in there after he was arrested? He said no. What day did you search the home? He said July of 2019. He said, and do you know if Jane was still living at that home? He said yes. Do you know if she was still at that home when you searched it? He said he didn't know if she was actually there when it was searched. So basically what he's insinuating is what everybody here has already said in the chat. They waited some time before they actually searched this storage. So there could have been multiple people that could have went in and put stuff in and took stuff out. And he basically saying Jane was still living with him. She's probably the person that went into that storage. Again, for the person that says she had access to everything, including that storage. They asked, Can y'all, you gotta take this for a second. Give me a minute, because I have to take this call. I'm sorry, y'all. This is my son. I have to take this call. 1 second. Just talk about that real quick.
Free call, bro.
Hey. She'll be right with you guys. Are you guys getting enough information right now? Okay. I don't even know where she's at. Do you know who put Robert's stuff in the safe? No, I do not know. Okay, was she at that? To Shopify.
You got a pen right there. It's up for me to write something down.
Yes. Pen.
Yeah.
I need a piece of paper. Is that big enough?
Yeah.
All right, so and no additional questions. Cross-examine. Okay. She said government asks. Okay, they did that. She said that part, right? Do you know if Robert put stuff in the safe? No. Do you know? You don't know who did it, right? Do you know who took the stuff out? Anyone. Only know we did. Okay. And then he says, do you testify JP charge ID from 3, change ID from 3 to 0? Did you, I can't understand handwriting. Did you got that, Doc? Yes. Did you get that, Doc? I guess she said, did you get that, Doc? Yes. Okay. Do you know who changed that, Doc? No. What date was he arrested? She said this already, right? She said that. July 11, 2019. Storage was searched on January 1st, 2020. January 2020. Okay, she said that 6 months later. Okay, she did that. Homeland Security did well. Okay. We gotta go back. Okay. All right. I think I'm up here now. She said, what date did you search the home? July 2020. Right? And Jane was, okay, we got that part. Homeland Security did well be in check on Jane. So Homeland Security did well be in check. He says, I can't understand how that right. Is that a didn't? Is that a didn't or shouldn't? Couldn't do it. She do shorthand. Did it? Didn't do it? I don't know. I think he said didn't. I don't want to mess up this thing here. So just drop the link. I'm not dropping no link for you. Sit in the back room. Let me stop. I'm just joking. You gotta get off when she come in. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. You digging me. Doing her own short. She's doing her own shorthand. The record didn't say that Jane was interviewed. You know she was interviewed, but not sure. Where only thing I know she was interviewed after his arrest. If she was interviewed prior to the date, I have no knowledge. So I guess that's a question he's asking her. Latoya said she confused. I'm confused too, Latoya. Latoya said she confused. Only she knows how to read her. Wait a minute. Wait. What? Excuse me. What did Dom say? Hold up. What did Dom say? Dom said, drop the link. I just have a quick question. Sylvie, for real. You sound like your buddy Bozo. Oh, you definitely not coming in here. If you talking to me, if I'm saying I sound like a buddy Bozo, you definitely not get the link. You sit your butt out there. Did he just insult me, y'all? Let me put this link. Let me click this. We'll see what he just said. What did he just say? Did he just insult me? Did he just insult me? Let's see. That's okay, so we'll wait. I'm going up to see what Dom said. Hold on. He's gonna get his man listening to this is really tells me he had no one around him with sense. Sylvia, stop. Cut it out. Yes, I believe. Rita, sorry, but I'm not. That's not a souvenir. We'll wait. I want to know who you're talking to. You talking to me? You talking to me? Shantae, thank you. Okay, what the heck is going on here? Hold on. Yeah. Wait. Okay, see he playing, see? Look what he's saying, y'all. He ain't coming up here. Nope. You said sit your butt down there. Let's see. Wait a minute, Shantae's calling somebody slow. Hold on, let me go up here. Hold on, I ain't catch that. She said, no, I'm not new. I'm trying to read what's going on in the chat. I miss a lot in the chat here. So if you go to bed, Don want to play games with me today, huh? Let's see. So I guess Dom and Miss Fat got jokes, huh? Got jokes today. Oh, okay, not me. Got you, Shantae. Okay. She wasn't talking about me. I think Kelly's a wolf. The angels. This lady says those butterflies.
I'm sorry.
I tried to read your notes and they told me let you read because I couldn't understand nothing here because I was messing it up. I was screwing it up. So they said,
"Wait, that's my son." I'm sorry.
See, I was trying to help, but I couldn't understand none of this stuff here. Because I don't know how it goes, the structure of it is.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
To be honest,
I mean, shorthand. It's wonderful shorthand. I love it.
Yeah,
love it. But I just don't understand it.
To be honest,
I didn't understand who said what was it said. So I'm not messing up your story. Wonderful job. Great job.
Thousand pardons, y'all.
Great job.
1,000 pardons. I'm sorry, but that was my son.
Family comes first.
Always. So Candy Cappers, after he made the insinuation that Jane probably went into that storage because it was there for a whole 5 to 6 months and she had access to everything. He had asked about Homeland Security doing a well-being check on Jane, and that particular special agent said that he didn't know because he didn't do it. And he really wouldn't know who did that well-being check. Kanik mentioned something about the records. he said, didn't the record say that Jane had interviewed? He said, well, I know she was interviewed, but he's not sure where she was interviewed. The only thing that he know that she was interviewed after Rob's arrest. And if there was an interview that was prior to that date, he said that he wouldn't have any knowledge. So Koenig ended his questioning. After that, they had the prosecution said that they had 2 more witnesses testifying on Friday. There would have been a third related to Lewis's testimony, but they decided that the defense wasn't going to contest that, so it really wasn't necessary to have that third witness. The government is resting their case on Friday, so that's it.
Are you sure?
The government has said they is resting their case on Friday. Koenig has until Saturday to provide his list of witnesses. It was to Friday, but Koenig actually asked if he could have until Saturday because he said something about he has to just make sure because they have people flying in from out of state. They also wanted to say that they was entering more evidence concerning the concerts back from 1994 and 1993. They basically just wanted to prove that those concerts did take place on these particular days. And they wanted to prove that Demetrius was his tour manager in 94. And so that's when the defense was like, well, we're not disputing that. And then the judge is like, well, didn't he already testify that he was the tour manager in 94? And the government was like, yeah, but we just want to put in all this other corroborating evidence just to waste everybody's time. They said that they wanted to bring in that so that they could corroborate his testimony. And the judge says, well, if he's already testified to it and nobody's really, what's on that? I don't know. It's the decoration. I don't know.
They're distracting you? Yeah, let's stay focused. Stay focused.
So
Don't worry about what's in the back.
The judge was like, if there's nobody disputing it and he's already testified that he was the tour manager, then there's no reason to bring in this information. We're trying to save time here. It's not necessary. So then she said if something happens and the defense does want to dispute it, she will permit the government to allow a newspaper article that basically says the date where the concerts took place and shows that Demetrius was also a part of that tour. So she will allow that. Koenig had already said, Your Honor, we've already given them a copy of the schedule. We've already seen a copy of the schedule with the dates of the concert. So, we've always said we knew the dates of the concert, so there was never an objection. And then ending it, the government says that they wanted to request copies of any of the defense exhibits. They have not received it. They would like it in advance to any testimony that will be given. And they will also like a list of the defense witnesses. And then that's when they said that they will have the witness list to them no later than Saturday. Let me see, was there anything? That was it, y'all. Was it 30 minutes? If I wouldn't have stopped -8 minutes, I was on the phone. That was like 30 minutes, right? Is there any questions? Because that was it for today. There's no court tomorrow. There's court on Friday. I'm in the process of trying to figure out if I will be here for court on Friday. I don't know if I will be. I may leave tomorrow. Thank you. Thank y'all. But do we got any questions? And I'm hoping, I was hoping because I was like, they only got 2 witnesses on Friday. Most of the time, I'm like, they go to 5:30. Is these gonna be 2 good witnesses? But I was told maybe not because sometimes they don't go. Normally it's half a day like on Fridays. So these may be those two witnesses I talked about yesterday, that the ones that's backing up the Sonia girl, and then the Stephanie, the Richard Ray. There was I know I said it yesterday, Jane Doe number 20. She flew in to testify to her assault, but I guess when she was shown the video, she had a panic attack and then went into having a mental breakdown. So the government decided not to. Dom K, says you're going to jail, Sylvia. She decided.
Okay, that's why I'm not dropping the link.
She said that's why she's not dropping the link. They decided not to question her. Is there court tomorrow? How was Rob today? Rob was okay. It was a lot of there was a lot of video. I will tell you, he some of the video and stuff, he didn't listen to it. I don't know if he can see it. I can't see if there's a camera, a video or whatever on his desk, but they all had headphones. He didn't put his headphones on at one point. He was taking notes or doing what he do. At some point he did put his little earpieces in, but a lot of the time I didn't see him with them on. So I don't know. I can't say that he was listening to it or not, but I could be wrong. Everything came out today, boy.
Max said, "Need you, Lottie Dottie. We like the party."
I know, but they threw me off because I really thought court was tomorrow, so I was gonna leave tomorrow night. But with it being Thursday, kind of.
So you staying, right?
I don't know if I'm staying. I may leave tomorrow.
Wait a minute. You may leave tomorrow. So tomorrow's Thursday.
And court is Friday.
Oh,
yeah.
So you don't know?
Don't know. He said it was a joke. I had 2 questions for Don. What's up, Don?
He could text the question.
He said, but okay.
He could text it.
She was acting so kind of then tender. Do I think JS will be a good witness? I plead the fifth. I don't know. I think I can say, okay, I don't think she is as strong as Jane, and that's why, like, when you watch Gayle King, the interview and everything, she did less speaking, and then the ones where she did by herself, it kind of looked like she just, I don't know. But if she get up there and she tell the truth, then I don't see why it'd be a problem. All she got to do is stick to her guns and just tell the truth, because she is still in a relationship with him. I was thinking, what if Summer was one of the people that was going to be testifying on his behalf? I think she would be good, because from my understanding and from what their testimony was, she was pregnant by him, and he treated her really good. So, and she was there.
Did she have the baby?
I don't know. I don't know.
I haven't heard of him having any kids, so I'm just wondering.
I mean, he's a private person. Wait, can you go back? Because that was a question I wanted to answer. But he's a private person, so maybe if she testified.
Question spitting fire? That
We're going to go up. No, before spitting fires.
Did the exhibit hurt Robert?
The exhibit was a bunch of just everything. It seemed like everything that they can. I'm gonna tell you this: everything that she said that was in that storage, I would have been the way they talked on Surviving R. Kelly and the way she talked on Precedence about this and that. I was expecting them to say that they found all kind of stuff.
So where's all
they found?
Porns?
None of that. There was nothing about underage porn. There was nothing. Koenig has always said, and he's always, when he's cross-examined anybody that has testified for the prosecution, have you ever seen him with any underage girls? Everybody always testified no. In the videos that they showed, they would have to give that disclaimer that what the jury was going to be viewing was child pornography. they did not say that. So that tells you that everybody that was included in the videos that was shown was of age. So everything that was done in those videos, as long as they grown, what's the problem? Why are they writing letters to him if he can't read the letter thing is crazy.
Well, that was an attorney. According to them, they said
So-
the attorney told him to do that. That's what those people said.
They said that they testified the attorney told the employees after he had so much stuff from the house, he was advised by his attorneys to have his employees all write those letters.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure it worked the same way with the girls, because they were probably like, dude, you have these girls in this house and their parents had issues and this and that, probably to do the same thing. So
The other day you said
the fact how he kept these letters preserved and in protective covering and stuff, like every little thing that they're saying that he did, he was informed by someone else that was the best thing for him to do for his better interest. So he technically was doing these, not thinking that these things were illegal. It will come back on him the way they did. So it's just almost like everybody that was advising him, which people has been saying from the beginning, was just sending him off, whether they was trying to protect him or not, and they just didn't know better. They was just sending him off with that stuff. Certain things, he thought was going to protect him, like we was talking about before. People have video cameras because they want to be able to prove if someone say, oh, he raped me. No, it was consensual sex. So in my opinion, that's kind of what he was doing, trying to protect himself by having all of this evidence, but they're using it against him. And then again, like me and Dom K say, we're gonna go over the songs. He said this he said a lot of the same stuff in the song. Everything that's going on right now, he talked about that, how this stuff is being used against him and how they twist his words and they twist this, and that's all that is. I just think that a lot of this stuff he was doing, he thought he was protecting himself so it wouldn't be another 2008. In my opinion, I still don't see them. I don't think that they proved their case at all. And it's not like they was some amateur prosecution. They were, you could pretty much tell that this was a first big case like this for them as well. So the judge, in my opinion, had to coach them through a lot of this on what to do and what not to do. Like all the extra time that they were taking, she had to let them know pretty much, I'm not rushing you, but you're doing they went through a lot of stuff that was already admitted into evidence and then going back and re-admitted into evidence. We didn't need to know all of this because certain stuff was already admitted into evidence. To go and get people to corroborate testimonies or go get evidence to corroborate testimonies that nobody is contesting, that's a waste of time. So it kind of shows that they kind of amateurs with this. I think they dropped the ball because they simply overcharged this man with everything. There should have never been a RICO, Racketeering Mann Act. They overcharged him. So even if they thought he was guilty of something, one particular thing does not prove all the charges that they put on him. And for that reason, I feel it is going to be a not guilty verdict. They are used the plea deals. Was there anything else I missed? I'm confused. Dom K, you confused at which part? He definitely gonna have to probably consider getting a new team of people. And in my opinion, he should trust one person enough to choose his team because he cannot choose that team. I think he chooses people based off his heart and his emotions, and you can't do that. This is the day and age where you just simply can't be nice. Yes, can a defense be a government witness back, please? Oh, they can call back witnesses. Yes, exactly. So I'm guessing they can call back witnesses because if the prosecution is about to rest on Friday, what will be the reason to start trying to rush and submit all of these exhibits into evidence? That's because whoever they call, if they want to turn around and they want to bring out this evidence or question certain people, it'll already be there. So I think the defense could call back a prosecution witness if they needed to. Being nice will get you in trouble. And yeah, we see where it's pretty much gotten him. So do anybody think, like honestly think that from everything that's been said so far, that there's anything that they've proven that he's done that was illegal? He says no. I hear some people saying, well, no, I don't hear some people saying, but before I know someone said maybe even domestic, at one point, domestic violence. But as to them testifying, well, he hit them, he slapped them or the spankings, but it's to the point now where you don't know if when he was spanking and this and that's just part of the sex that they were having. Yeah, say the same thing when he slapped Jane. But and then even if that's the case, who getting 2.5 years for slapping somebody? They in Chicago, they actually a person that did murders has served less than 18 months. You say, I'm going to apply for the job. Maybe I can get $5K. It's role playing, exactly. I'm trying to see. The assault. I mean, that's what I think too. If anything, it'll just be the domestic. But if that's the case, that's not federal, and he's already gave them 2.5 years. They technically owe him some time back because that's too much for a domestic. Of that, man, all these people have testimonies. I can't get past this. This case is bullshit. Yeah. Who do you guys think the defense is gonna call to be their witnesses? I mean, outside of, I know a lot of people think Joy, but who else? I was thinking maybe Summer. It says, or money to the wrong motherfuckers. Rob just needs domestic violence, so that should be dropped. They need to find his money and get returned now. Yeah, and to my understanding, that's what Diana was one of the people that was brought on that had came back to actually help him find his money. Remember, you guys, she testified about that. She said, that part of her testimony is what shocked me the most, because she said he didn't even know his social security number, and he didn't know how his bills were getting paid. He didn't know anything where his money was, how much he had, and that's what she was brought in to do. And again, he says it. He asked for his money. Now here come this big ass conspiracy. I would think Lily is a witness, definitely a witness. Hey. Well, actually, you didn't miss a lot. It was just a bunch of exhibits. being thrown out there today. The officer that searched the house and that was there the day Rob was arrested and was there when they seized the phone from him, he testified. His friend Sharon Winbush seems to have found all the money from the Black Party tour. Oh, well, that's awesome. Latoya, maybe. Who's Latoya? I hope they bring JP's buddy from court in. She could be. Oh, to discredit. Her. Yep. What was her name? You talking about the girl that was at court with her and that actually went to Rob's house with her? I agree, definitely. The bond members can contest to how the ladies did not look distressed. The band members, yeah, definitely needs to call a former girlfriend. Yeah, I think that Dom K. I think that former girlfriend would be Summer. Who said follow pollution? How did 6ix9ine get those pictures of that girl? Kamaya, you think he would get in trouble for taking Jane across state lines? But then, in order to, she had so much inconsistencies in her statement. It depends on which story she told that you would have to believe for him to be convicted on taking her across state lines. Because I feel like if he gets convicted of anything involving Jane, then there should be an investigation into the people that allow her to go. And I'm just going to keep it 100 because he didn't do that. It's not like he went and grabbed somebody and actually gave them, a false pretense. They didn't prove that. She was actually going to be there. Remember in the beginning testimony, she said herself, her mother took her across state lines before he ever took her across state lines. So we should start in the beginning. Get the person where it started at. Lock her up first. Parents. Oops, I touched something. The officers who came to the hotel in Florida. The judge should dismiss the case on Friday. Oh, she's not going to do that. Yes, if you were subpoenaed, then you have to or risk being fined or jail. Yeah, I guess, Shantae, did somebody ask if they have to testify? Yeah, you do if you subpoena. But the parents, do you think? Oh, I don't know about any pictures 6ix9ine has. Her mother took her across state lines before he ever did. The trafficking was done there from the beginning. The transmission of child pornography, what she testified to, that they took pictures of her in her bra and panties singing and sending that over to him. I think that's a crime. Verdict should be a reasonable doubt. I agree. He should sue all these women that did him wrong. He should, but he should start with lifetime. The safest place, if she can, was on the bus to ensure her safety. She says it appears. So, Nisha, since you brought that up, when I first seen Precedence and she was talking to the feds on the phone and she was describing where everything will be located, what was so suspect is because when she started that conversation, she said, I've only been to the storage once or twice. I'm making it seem like she'd never been to the storage. She also said that when he went to the storage, they would usually be at the mall or something. But yet, when she got to going, She started describing every room in that storage. She said what was going to be over here. She was so detailed. She said if you walk in, you go to your left, there's going to be a ton of bags over here. If you walk down some more, go to your right, it's going to be boxes over here. It's this, that. How do you know all of this? This storage was not a small regular storage you and I may have. This was a warehouse type of storage. He stored everything from the time his career began up until he was arrested. So how the hell do you know exactly where all this stuff is if you really never been to the storage or you went in there once or twice? She was automatically suspect right then and there to going up in there and planting some stuff. How do you know where all this stuff is at? Definitely should watch Precedence. Unscripted. Definitely should watch that. How is this? I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm not responding. I can't. Do you think the liar should be put in jail so Robert can fully be innocent in the eyes of the world, since the media won't report this? There is men serving years on false testimony from women, scorned women, bitter women that holler rape, that holler all type of things. Yet there's no law preventing that now, and there's no law locking these women up when they do that, unless you find a judge or police officers that actually dig into it and they look at false tests. So let's say a woman accuses, which happens daily, her husband of molesting her kids. Unless you have a judge or something that's willing to indict her or dig deeper and get the truth, that's the only time that a woman will go to jail for telling these type of lies. Most of the time, they don't prosecute them. But the question is, do I feel? Yeah, I absolutely feel. Anytime a woman lie, just, you don't play with the law like that. Where I'm from, you don't call the police. You don't do stuff like that, especially if it's not true. I mean, to make some money, they said she would have been better off just sticking this shit out and just stand by him and then if she wanted to separate, then separate. But everybody know you as Rob's girlfriend, and they would support you. At least you would have had your own fans plus his fans possibly, but because now I just don't see nobody really wanting to mess with her like that. So I think she kind of hurt her opportunities. There are real victims. Absolutely. It went too fast. Real victims. False accusers should be locked up. They should. Absolutely. Did you see the interview of the two older white women who worked for R. Kelly 9 years ago? Debunked the prosecution's entire case. The defense need those women. Okay. Yeah, they is making it bad. This is why some women don't come forward. But again, this is all. I think a lot of this is because they don't believe that he's really gonna get out. I don't think a lot of people believe that he really gonna be able to beat this, because one, everybody thinks once the feds got you, that's it. Two, they just think that because they got the TV show backing them, they did all of these interviews on everybody's station. Three, they got the media still scandalizing his name. And, four, they got new followers and shit all over IG and Facebook and all of that. So I feel like they think he's not coming out. So I'd rather be a part of the takedown of R. Kelly and make my living off of that, rather than being a part of standing beside him like Joy is doing, in my opinion, standing beside him, riding that wave, staying true, and then he don't come out and never make a dime. So I think they looking at it like that. They looking at right now. If they believe that he was coming home, I don't think none of this would be going on right now. If they believed he really could beat all of this, if they knew then how the trial was gonna look back then, I think a lot of these witnesses wouldn't have showed up for court, like some of them did. They should call Dr. Phil and ask why he turned down the story before Lifetime. Because Dr. Phil seen all the holes and he said himself it wasn't adding up. Some of this stuff was just too much to even be true for one person. It wasn't possible. So what I have a problem with is they talking about him finding people, but it's clear that he gives money away to his company. So yeah, because at one point they were saying that he wasn't paying anybody. Dottie, how could they skip from Jane Doe number 5 to Jane Doe number 20? Having anxiety. Did 6 through 19 testify? This whole case is exaggerated. So they did testify. What happened was the defense had asked for the Jane Does to not be Jane Does. Some of them ended up going by nicknames. Some of them ended up going by just hyphenated names or just first names. And then the only one that still remained a Jane Doe is Jane Doe, number 5. So all the rest would have been Dominique, Anna, Alexis, Steph. Those are all the Jane Does. All right, you have a good night, Denise. Good night. Why is she always in the bed? Damn, it got 12 o'clock fast. Oh, yeah, by the way, I don't know if she told y'all, but I was ready at 7:30. Sylvia missed my call. So I didn't flake on nobody. I was ready at 7:30. I had got off. I was on the phone. I said, let me get off this phone. I'm finna go do this live real quick, and I'll be back. I called, she didn't answer. I had assumed after Sylvia did her transcript reading, I said she was probably tired, and I thought she would. I thought you did whatever you were doing on your live earlier. Whatever she was doing on her live earlier, I assumed that she probably fell asleep. But I called and I proved it. I called at 7:42 exactly. I think it should be. She said that's not 7:30. I called at 7:42. I think you should be required to use your legal name. Yeah, but at the end of the day, we know. I think the only reason why they didn't do it is because they don't really want the jury trying to go back and research these people and see all their social media accounts and stuff. That's probably why it was more for that reason. Because everybody already knew who they was. They've been all over social media since everything started. So it wasn't a secret to us. So we know. Do you think today's evidence was... They just really... all the evidence that was submitted, I think, was just that just in case evidence. It wasn't nothing big, nothing damaging. Nothing that supported any trafficking of anybody. It was more letters that he kept in document protectors. Keeping these letters in document protectors tells me that he wanted to make sure they were in good condition if he ever needed them. And then they showed the videos and they showed the audio. The audio was involving the young lady, I don't know who, that stole his Rolex watch. And then the videos were the videos that they obtained from from his residence, 2017, 2018. So that means everybody on that video was adults. So I know I don't, to answer your question. Can you charge this man? We're going in the man. Oh, too fast. R. Kelly need to sue all of them. And then some. Why does? Yes, he does. Dottie, are you able to see the jurors? I cannot. I cannot see the jurors. Man, it's a woman, right? Who husband told them get off the phone and they sneak watching, right? Is it true that the jury fell asleep? Who said the jury fell asleep? How would they even know that? You can't see the jury. Laws need to be changed and liars need to be held accountable. Yeah, whose birth certificate was found? Geronda's birth certificate was found. It was in the It was in a safe that was inside of the storage. And her ID that she must have given to Rob because he had a photocopy of it, and her ID that said that she was a CNA. That was a lie. She had a fake CNA, and it was fake because there was a wrong birthday on the CNA license, y'all. And the ID that they had was a fake ID because it had the wrong birth year. Somebody altered the 3 and turned it into a 0. Did Dominique testify? No, Dominique did not. I think Dominique went on her live and said the feds was at the front door. She went out the back. She said she is not testifying. She kind of made that clear from the beginning that she wasn't going. Yes, her ID was found. She's a fake. Yeah, and that's what was funny because the prosecution brought that to everybody's attention that she had fake ID. Another blogger said they were able to see the jurors and R. Kelly. Was this true while a witness was testifying? You cannot see the jurors. The camera is directed towards the judge, the defense table, the prosecution table. The section where the jury is where the witnesses is now testifying. The juror is in the gallery, and the camera is nowhere near the gallery. And also, you guys, the jury is sequestered and everything else, so they wouldn't allow us to see any jury. Fake ID slapped the lie on him next. Oh my God, why did she fake a CNA license? She did. She definitely did. Her picture was on it, her name, but the wrong birthday. And the special agent testified to it. If he liked underage girls, why would he need to lie about that? Right, exactly. These dummies are lying up instead of down. If you're a predator, you like young girls, they should be coming in and saying, when they're 16, I'm 12, I'm 13, I'm 4. That will make more sense. But they're saying, I'm 18, 19 years old. And he's actually asking for proof. What predator do you know that asks for ID? God is good. Bring R. Kelly home. Amen to that. What's this one? Do the state have any more videos to show? The state has no more videos to show. The state is calling 2 more witnesses on Friday, and then they said they are resting their case. So I guess after they call 2 witnesses, Koenig will cross-examine them. If there's any more evidence that they need to offer, or is there any more exhibits that they need to offer into evidence, they'll probably do that. And then, wait, Donnie, this is encouraging. Jane Doe number 5. And then the defense will take over on Monday. So after defense finished with their witnesses, however long that takes, then they give their closing arguments. After their closing arguments, the judge then gives the jury whatever other instructions that she has to give them involving reading the evidence, going over everything, whatever instructions she has left to give them. Then she will dismiss the jury to go and deliberate. Once they're done deliberating, we do not know how long that will take. They don't have a certain time period, but at a certain point, if they don't come back, then, she was, they will probably just say, Your Honor, we've tried to come to an agreement, but we can't. If we stuck, that's when she will go ahead and say it's a hung jury. But, we don't know. So I would say 2 weeks. Because I don't think the defense have to call too many people. So I will give them all of next week. And then I will give the start of the following week, the start the closing arguments. And then by that Wednesday or Thursday, this is just my opinion, of that following week, I think that's when the judge will dismiss the jury. And then when they come back, I would say if they get dismissed Wednesday or Thursday, they may take the weekend to think it over. That Monday we'll have a decision. So what day would that be? Let me see. October 4th. I'm gonna go with October 4th. That week we'll have a decision. Okay.
I say faster than that.
Huh?
I say sooner than that.
Well, I'm just giving the defense. I'm gonna get them at least a week for they witnesses. I'm hoping that they call a few people because that they have a few people. So I'm gonna give them a week because you don't know how many questions because they can get up there, they can question them, but then the prosecution can cross-examine them, and we don't know how long the prosecution is going to take to cross-examine them, and they only have to 5:30 each day. So it's been witnesses that's been on the stand for 2-3 days. If they call a real good witness, the prosecution may take a day or two just to break them down because if they can't break that person, they're going to keep questioning them until they can get them to slip up somewhere. So that's the whole point of the cross-examination. Like Kanick been tearing their witnesses apart. They gonna come in and try to do the same thing. And if they can't do it in the first 1 or 2 questions, they're gonna continue to ask questions. So you really can't say. But I just feel like the defense doesn't need to call that many people to help their case because the prosecution witnesses have already helped the defense so much that now they just need to bring in some character witnesses so that now we can get another side to rob. And that's not going to take that many people because, again, the prosecution witnesses have helped the defense a lot and have said he's a good person and this and that. So they just need to call a few people. But I'm going to give them a week, that Monday through Friday, because it's really Monday through Thursday. No court on Friday. And then, like I said, the second week, that Monday through Thursday, Monday and Tuesday probably be closing arguments. By that Wednesday, Thursday, in my opinion, the judge will dismiss the jury, give them their final instructions, and then they're going to take Wednesday, Thursday, that weekend, and they probably have a decision come back that Monday, which will be October the 4th.
Most of the time, jurors like to do it before the weekend's over.
So I'm just speaking, that's just my opinion. I just feel like they may say we want to take everything into consideration. There's a lot that they have to look at. They have to go over every piece of evidence, and a lot of the evidence, like for instance, the letters that was being shown in court, they couldn't really see those letters. So the judge basically told them, don't worry about being able to read them right now. At the end of the trial, you will have all of this evidence and you'll be able to read all of these letters. So that's why I'm giving the jury, if they decide that they want to take the time to read each one of those letters, I'm giving them Wednesday, Thursday. They got Friday, Saturday, Sunday with their family, come back with a decision on Monday. So I'm technically only giving them 2 days to go over all that evidence that they couldn't see or read in court. So that's why I say October the 4th. But again, that's my opinion. I don't know. So everyone who alleges he gave him herpes, I want to hear from the gynecologist. I hope they call them. They didn't call their particular gynecologist. They just called a gynecologist in general just to give the overall information detail, not pertaining to a particular person, but just herpes in general. So we haven't heard from anyone's gynecologist. I don't know if I missed. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get out of here. But for me to go over what happened in court, I may have been on here longer, but it only took me 30 minutes, I think, to give you guys the information. So I will keep Sylvia posted to let you guys know if I'm gonna be here on Friday. But as of right now, I may be leaving tomorrow. What year was on the birth certificate? Her actual birthday, which was, I believe, April 19th, 1993.
April?
It was April. I know it's April of 93, but on her IDs, she has April of 1990. I once dated a woman from Chi. She explained to me back in the early 20s that these parents are dropping their daughters off to their house and leave them. Yeah, but the only thing is, these girls wasn't from Chicago. The phone number for that DJ person. Let me see. Did they even? Let me see. Give me the phone number for that. Don't know the entire phone number, but I think the last 4 digits was 6694. This is the last 4 digits to that phone number, and that's the phone that came from the phone that they found in the storage inside of the safe, where Geronda's information and stuff was found. And again, we don't know who that person was texting. We don't know who was the receiver of those texts. What is your YouTube channel? ROUR Level News by Dottie. Sincerely me, Bree. I think you texted me. I'm sorry. I didn't get your I didn't open my inbox. But what you talked about, I'm finna get on that like ASAP. Also, he needs to be way more stern and not so open to just anyone. People like that. These people are nowhere near his caliber of fame. You can't. Anyone can't be around, including fans. Sorry to say. Well, that thing about these fans, I mean, I didn't know he was that accessible. Like, that's crazy. Every time I think about it, this is supposed to be like the king of R&B. This is like our Michael Jackson. So he should never be that accessible, even now. Hey, Corinne, you're welcome. You are so welcome. But yeah, he should never be that accessible. And my thing is, if you are employed by him and that's how you make your living, the bag should always be protected at all times. You have to protect the bag. That's like a drug dealer protecting their supplier. You have to protect your bag. Right. And I lived there and didn't know he was that accessible. I believe he's passionate about his music. Expressed they weren't doing their best. They called that abuse. Listen to sports. Yeah, he tried that. Well, I don't know why Azria back doing this music. Oh, my bad. Jane Doe 5. Why she back doing this thing? Because she testified that she had actually she actually didn't. That was the whole test. That's what the breakdown in the testimony came from, where she said her parents beat her because she didn't want to sing and stuff anymore. And it seemed like even when she was with Rob, it seemed like he had to literally force her to just want to train. He had to force her just to want to do her homework. So the ball was dropped way before he entered her life. And it seemed like he was trying to get her back on track, because things that she should have been doing, she didn't want to do. Like, I still can't understand if you couldn't do nothing else and you was in a room all day, you could at least stay on top of your homework. But when she was getting caught up, it was taking her a day or so just to get caught up on work. And let's keep in mind, he is not the one who took her out of regular school and enrolled her into online schooling. Her mother did that. And her mother should have been the one responsible of keeping track on whether she was completing that homework or not. And when she was getting that far behind, it should have been her mother to say, get your ass home. You ain't doing your work, so you ain't finna be on nobody's damn tour. Get your ass home and you finna go back to regular school. I'm just saying ass. Let me get off of Sylvia's live, y'all. I got to go. I appreciate y'all. Again, I'll let her know if I will be here for court on Friday. If not,
Please subscribe to Dottie's channel.
if not, I will be back Monday. All right.
What channel and
Yeah, I have Okay, let me. Lady, thank you, because I wouldn't have never been able to put the link. I just would have been typing that name. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you, Lady.
Inbox me if y'all got any questions. I obviously won't have anything to do tomorrow, so let me know, y'all.
You could.
Everybody know who I am on Facebook. Y'all know who I am. So if y'all have questions or something that I didn't see on here, feel free to just hit me up. Y'all have a good night. Deuces.
Good night,
Bye,
everybody. Good night.
You still got your bag?
It's on the bed. Which bag? You want it? Or you need it? Oh, good night, everybody.